Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I have my September book haul, which like every other book haul on my channel is huge. I have been trying to kind of squish my book hauls into once a month now because I've realized it was getting a little excessive when I was just doing them sort of based on individual orders. And so now I'm just going to do them once a month, and I do feel like I need to like justify this by saying that I never pay full price for my books, so it's not like I'm buying $25 new books all the time. So that's why I buy so many books, is most of them are within like the $3 to $6 range, so they're like super affordable, and that is why I buy so many of them. Anyway, let's get right into it. So the first books, I guess these two kind of go together, is A Study in Charlotte and The Last of August by Brittany Caballero. And these are both part of a series. I got the third one already. If you watched my box sale haul, I showed that one in there. And these are basically, it is Sherlock Holmes's great-great-great-granddaughter and Jamie Watson, who I guess would be the great-great-great-grandson, I'm assuming, in these books. And I guess they go to school together, so that's sort of, these are obviously like mystery type books, which is what I'm really into for like the Halloween season, so there's sort of a lot of that going on in this haul more than I usually have, that's for sure. The next book I have is The Vanishing Stair by Maureen Johnson. This is the sequel to Truly Devious, which I haven't read yet, so I actually don't know what this one's about because I don't like reading the synopsises for the second book in a series if I haven't read the first one yet, because sometimes it is kind of spoilery. So I don't actually know what this one is about, but I know I've heard a lot of good things about that series, so I do think I'm going to read through the whole thing, so I picked this one up. Next, I got I See London, I See France by Sarah Mlynowski, and this one I was really hesitant to buy. I know like every single person on BookTube has this book, and so that was what sort of drew me in, if I'm being honest. It was like $3, and I decided to get it because it was $3. And one thing I did like though is Sarah Mlynowski writes a lot of younger kid books, I feel like, and I was worried this one, for some reason I thought in my head it was going to be about like a 14-year-old, and I really don't like 14-year-old sort of like romances. Like I don't mind in general books that have younger characters, but I just don't like romances with younger kids in them. And so I was a little worried about that, but this one actually says that the girl in it is 19, so I'm already sold on that. So that's pretty cool. The next one I got is Hello, Goodbye, and Everything in Between by Jennifer E. Smith, and this one is about a couple who basically is graduating high school and they're getting ready to go off to college, and it is the night before they're leaving for college, and they're deciding if they should break up or stay together, and they're not going to the same colleges, so it's like they're going to decide whether they're doing long distance or not. And I think this whole book just covers the 12 hours before they leave, where they're sort of reliving all their best memories kind of things together and seeing if they do want to stay together or not. Next, I'm so excited for this one. This one is Clash by Nicole Williams, which is the sequel to Crash, which is one of my favorite books of all time. It is definitely like a bad boy kind of romance. Crash is anyway, and this is like the part 2 to it. It's the same couple. It's not like one of those ones where they switch couples. So I'm super excited to finally get to this one as well. Next I got From This Moment, which is The Moment of Truth, Book 3 by Lauren Barnholt, and I showed the first 2 of this in another haul. I honestly can't remember which one at this point, but I just picked this one up. It's about a group of friends that sends them their future selves emails, but by the time the emails come, they're like not really friends anymore, and I believe the emails sort of make them come back together, so each book is about a different friend in the group. So that is the third one, so I now have them all so I can read them. Then next I got The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez, and this one, honestly, I had never heard of when I bought, but now I keep seeing it all over Bookstagram, so I'm kind of glad I bought it before it seems like the hype sort of picked up. And this one is about 2 people, male and female, who are part of a wedding party, and they fall for each other, but the girl has some kind of, she has to get a medically necessary procedure that will make it impossible for her to have kids, and this guy she meets and is like falling for her, and I guess she's falling for him a little bit. He keeps talking about how he wants to have all these kids and like a big family, and that's like a big deal for him. So she basically friend zones him for his own benefit, I guess, believing that she shouldn't be with him and he should find someone who can provide kids and things like that. So that one sounds really cute as well. Then I got this one, which is The Opposite of Falling Apart by Micah Good, and this is another Wattpad book. If you watch any of these videos that I post, you know I love Wattpad books. And this one is about a boy who gets in an accident and basically distances himself from everyone because of it. He doesn't want to be around anyone. And a girl who has really bad anxiety, so she sort of distanced herself from everyone, and they literally crash into each other's cars, and then they meet, and I guess their sort of romance blooms from there. I'm assuming this is a romance. The title is what's making me think that. I actually don't know, but I think that it is. So that's what I would imagine is going to happen. Next, I just got a couple books from a series that I haven't started yet. The Lunar Chronicles, I got Scarlet and Cress. All I know about these is this is like the Red Riding Hood one, and this is the Rapunzel one. I already have Cinder, but I haven't read it yet. But I saw these for super cheap, so I decided to pick them up. And then I also got this one, Fairest, which I believe is like some kind of like spin-off or like a short story kind of thing that goes with the series. I'm not 100% sure, I just know it goes with the series, so eventually I'm gonna want to read that as well. Then I got this book called Imagines by Anna Todd, but it's also by like a whole bunch of other people, and I obviously stumbled upon this while I was looking at after books, and it's basically a bunch of Wattpad stories with celebrities in them, but I guess they're sort of written so that you're the other person in the story, which probably I would imagine is how most fan fiction is written, but maybe I'm wrong on that. But it's like got like a list on the back of like names. There's like Kim Kardashian, Justin Bieber, Zac Efron, Zayn Malik, Cameron Dallas, Jimmy Fallon, Norman Reedus, and then it's Jennifer Lawrence, Liam Hemsworth, Michael Clifford, Benedict Cumberbatch, Kanye West. Like, it's got a whole bunch of different stories in them, and this was only like $3, so I figured I would give it a shot, and it is like way bigger. I know that's like reflecting all the light, but it's like way thicker than I thought it was gonna be, that's for sure. So I got that one because I thought it would be interesting. Next, I got these books, which I am like super excited about. So everyone, I feel like, knows Rick Riordan, who wrote the Percy Jackson series, and then he went on to write a bunch of other series as well, a lot of them focusing on Greek mythology and Egyptian mythology and things like that. And he is now sort of endorsing these new books that are coming out by other authors, which focus on different sort of cultural mythologies and different cultures in general, I think. I don't know that they're all based on mythologies. They may just be different cultures, I think. They have a lot of books with people of color in them. I think almost all of them are the main character is a person of color. And so these were all, I bought all of the first ones for these 4 series because they were on Amazon for $5.99 each. They still are right now if you're in Canada. I don't know if it's on sale in the US as well. But this is The Storm Runner by J.C. Cervantes, and this is Mayan mythology. There's Dragon Pearl by Yoonha Lee, and this is Korean mythology. There's Sal and Gabby Break the Universe. This one I'm not sure is actually like mythology based, but obviously is still being representative of a specific culture, and so I don't know. It doesn't say anything about mythology, so I didn't read the synopsis either, so I don't know if that's incorporated in this one, but I do think that this cover is my favorite. It is so pretty. And so I got that one. And then I also got Arusha and the End of Time by Roshani Chokshi, and I believe this is Hindu mythology. And this one I'm really excited about because this was the first one I bought because I've had my eye on this series in particular for a long time. There are, I think, 3 or 4 more series in that sort of Rick Riordan Presents collection, but they were not on sale, so that was why I didn't buy them. And next I got the Little Women box set, which I'm really excited about because I've never read Little Women. Obviously everyone has like heard of it, but I really wanted to read it. So it's got Little Women, Good Wives, Little Men, and Joe's Boys all in this cute little box set, so I got that as well. Then next I got these 2 books, and if you follow my Bookstagram, which you should, I will have a link down below because I just started it and I'm obsessed. But I bought these 2 books, and I bought them because they were cheap and the covers were calling out to me, like always. But then I realized that on the inside cover it says that they're for like kids ages 8 to 12, so I was like a little disappointed about that because I didn't realize that they were targeted like that young. But I think I'm gonna keep them and maybe read them. We'll see. If not, I'll give them to my sister. But these are Undercover Princess and Princess in Practice by Connie Glenn, and these are about two girls who go to like a boarding school, I think, and they sort of swap places. One's a princess, one's not, and basically someone finds out their secret and is like blackmailing them, I guess. So I got those two. There are actually 3 in this series, but I figured I would just start with 2. Next, I got The Saturday Night Ghost Club by Craig Davidson, and this one is another like Halloween, like spooky vibes book that I bought for the Halloween season. I love how this book is like made to look like old, and it's got like, it looks like a library sticker, and I just think that's really cute. And this is about literally a Saturday night ghost club that they start in this town, and I guess they find out that their town is actually haunted, which sounds kind of cool. So bought that for Halloween. I saw it recommended in like a books you should read for Halloween video, and that was why I bought it. Next, I got Geekerella by Ashley Poston, and this one is about a girl who enters a cosplay contest to meet the star of her favorite like franchise, basically, and the guy, the actor that's like there to meet the people, is kind of over it, I guess, because he used to like these conventions and now he's just like the famous person that everyone wants pictures with and stuff, so it's not as fun for him. And I guess they end up meeting somehow. I don't know if she wins the contest and that's how she meets him, or if she just like happens to meet him. But that's this one. There's 3 books in this series now. I really wanted to get the 3rd one, but decided I was going to read them in order, so I got this one first. Then I got The Siren by Kiera Cass, and I have no idea if this is, I don't think this is related to the selection. The cover sort of design is making me think that it's very similar, but I don't think this is part of it. If it is, like, let me know so I don't read it before I read that, because I still haven't bought that set yet. But this one was just like calling out to me because I love like ocean, water type, anything beach related. So I got that one. And next I got this Sarah Dessen bind up of Someone Like You and That Summer. I have no idea what these are about, but as long as Sarah Dessen's name is on a book, I will probably buy it. And so that is why I bought this one. Like I said, it's a bind up of the 2 books together. It's super pretty. So that one. Next I got this one. I'm so excited about this one. It's called The Nightmare Affair by Mindy Arnett. And I've never heard anyone talk about this one, but I just like stumbled upon it online, and it again had the whole like Halloween spooky vibes going on. And it's about this girl who goes to this school for magic kind, and she is literally a nightmare. Like, she sneaks into people's houses and is their nightmares, and she is basically like nightmaring this 16-year-old guy, and I guess she's probably like 16-year-old too, so it's like really embarrassing for her. But then she's like in his dreams, and he's dreaming about a murder, and then it actually happens, and then she's got to like find the killer, and it just sounds really cool and very like Halloween-y vibes as well, so that was why I got this. This is also part of a series as well. I believe there's 3 in the series, but I figured I would start with this one. Next I got 2 Colleen Hoover books. I got Ugly Love and All Your Perfects. This one I don't really know much about. It was a definite cover buy. This one I saw in, I believe it was Peace Love Jess's Hate to Love recommendations video, and so that was why I bought this one. There. Those 2. I haven't read any Colleen Hoover yet, but I've heard a lot of good things, so I'm very excited about that. Next, I got Yes, No, Maybe So by Becky Albertalli and Aisha Saeed. And this one is actually pretty cool because it's a signed first edition, which I didn't realize when I bought it. But I don't know if that's going to come out at all, but you can kind of see it in there. This one is about 2 people, a guy and a girl again. I don't know why I always say that so weirdly. It's about a guy and a girl. The guy is like super shy and quiet, and he ends up, like, I don't know why, he's volunteering for his local state senate candidate, and he's cool with it as long as he's behind the scenes, but he ends up being like the door-to-door person, like canvassing for this candidate, and this girl is doing it with him, and the girl is just like, this is the last thing she wants to do. Her mom is like forcing her to volunteer for this thing, and she's like less than thrilled that the guy she gets stuck with doesn't want to talk to anyone, and so I guess they end up together, maybe. So I got that one. Then I got Moment of Truth by Casey West. This one I bought solely by the fact, again, that Casey West's name was on this, and that was why I bought it. This is her newest release, so I got that. I also got this one, which is probably the one I'm most excited about out of all of these. This is Now Entering Adamsville by Francesca Zappia, and this one is about a girl who lives in a town, I assume called Adamsville, where their big thing is like ghosts. Like, they draw all these tourists in because everyone thinks it's haunted. But she lives there and she knows that it actually is haunted, but then she gets framed for a murder and she has to like clear her name, but I think basically her problem is that the actual murderer is supernatural. So she's trying to prove that they're real and that, like, she didn't do what they're saying she did. And so this just sounds like super Halloween-y and super cute. And I love the spine of this one. It's just so pretty. I'm obsessed with this book. But anyway, bought that for Halloween as well. Love that. Next, I got The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. This one I'm really excited about because I got it so cheap. And I've been waiting for that. I got it for like $12, which I'm really excited about. And so eventually at some point I will read this. This is not like high on my reading priority list because I don't remember a lot of the Hunger Games books. I haven't read them since high school. So I'll probably reread those before I read this. But I got it for whenever that day comes. Next, I got Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and this is like a huge book. Like, compared to like a normal size book, this one is like giant. And it's got those like fun edges. That's probably not showing up at all. But anyway, they're there. You can trust me on that. And I'm really excited about this. It says that it's basically a girl who is growing up in the 60s, and when she's turning 20s, she basically starts to get noticed for her voice, and then she gets put with this band called The Six, and the lead guy in it, it sounds like, is kind of a jerk. It says he's brooding Billy Dune. On the eve of their first tour, his girlfriend finds out she's pregnant, and with the pressure of impending fatherhood and fame, Billy goes a little wild on the road, and the two of them end up crossing paths when a producer realizes that the key to supercharged success is to put the two together. So basically this is the story of the two of them being put together into Daisy Jones and the Six. This obviously has been hyped up so much online, I had to get it, and so I did. And the last book I bought is Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. This is the second book in the Dark Artifices series, which I have not started yet, but someday I will get around to it. This was super cheap as well, as like $7, and I cannot believe how absolutely massive this book is. But yeah, like I said, someday I will get to this and all the other Cassandra Clare books that I bought. I figured I would just buy them all while they're cheap, and then one day I will read through them all. So that is all the books I bought this September. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. I do new videos every single Sunday, and I will see you next time.